Hey there folks, welcome back to another video. We're out here in the woods on this nice, fine, foggy day. Down here by the cabin. Just thinking I might give you guys a little tour of the place. I know you can't really see much. We usually have a great view of the valley out there. But unfortunately, it's wintertime in Oregon, so we get a lot of fog. Especially living in a valley, so not ideal conditions, but we'll make do with what we got. So yeah, this is where I spend most of my time right now, actually. We're in the process of thinning and clearing and basically getting this place prepped and ready to start another form of agriculture in the form of row crops. So right now it's just a tree stand. Basically I've been going through and marking out different trees. I don't have any in this area because I haven't got to this section yet, but kind of up back way over there and way in that section far out, I have them marked out for firewood, telephone pole, or let it keep growing, so we can get big tall ones like this guy here. That'll be good for nice and straight. Well, that one's not straight. Shoot, there's a split in the top. So that, like, here's a good example. This one is gonna have to come down. You don't want to split top in a tree because you get a strong windstorm or an ice storm, that's going to come down, could cause damage to the surrounding trees in this area. And also it's just a sign that you might have some bad genetics, so you don't want that pollen and all that stuff from this tree spreading to other ones and making those have the same issues. You want nice, straight, single point fir trees. Those will give you the best value and the best quality timber. Some mistakes that have been made in terms of managing this forest are like letting all this stuff kind of accumulate on the ground. I never really had the time, money, or equipment to actually start putting work into this property until recently. My parents have owned this place for quite a few years. I mean, I know it's going on 20 something. So yeah, it's been a work in progress, but over the past, I'd say 4 or 5 years, I've started coming in here and really making some differences in terms of cleaning the place up, opening up some roads and pathways so we can get through to the different areas of the property and, just kind of turning it into a farm, I guess, because the worst thing you can do with land is just kind of let it sit. It needs to be managed and it needs to be taken care of, or else it's just going to run wild and you end up with stuff like this, just kind of mismatched trees, and you get these little twiggy guys that get stuck up in the trees. I had to use the tractor to pull this guy out because it was stuck on that, leaning up into this tree, and so I just hoisted a long chain and set up right about there and started pulling. Came out pretty easily. So this section up here is where I've been really doing kind of the most work in terms of limbing everything up. This used to be, kind of a airsoft arena when we were kids, and it was pretty overgrown. A lot of low hanging limbs on these trees, couldn't fit a tractor through here. So I've just been kind of slowly, day by day, taking what I can out of the woods when the weather allows. If you do stuff when it's too wet and too muddy out, you're just going to tear up the forest floor, and that's really not helping anyone. You're gonna have a hard time getting things in or out, and it makes it look ugly. So I probably, for this road here, I'm not gonna use this for a few more days. This goes down to the cow pasture, just because I don't want to tear it up. You get mud everywhere, you start slipping. If you're coming down this slope with a load on the back of a trailer, it's gonna start wanting to push you one way, your tractor's going the other way. So there's things you can and can't do when the weather allows it, and that's kind of one of them. So it's ends up being just a day where I kind of go through the woods and just chop stuff down and wait till I get a day where I can come in here with the tractor and clean everything up and not tear it up. Okay, and here I am at the property line, not too far of a walk from where I was at. I was just up at that little chair thing there. So this is going to be cow pasture. This line of trees directly straight here, this is the property line. Our neighbors have been very, very gracious to us, and in exchange for some beef, they're going to allow us to run cattle on about 2 acres worth of their property. So fence line comes here and then cuts left across the road. We'll do cattle guards. They requested that we do something other than a gate because they don't want to have to constantly get out and open and close gates and be responsible for cows that we're raising and bringing up here. So we're going to put cattle guards in across the road here and up there. And then the fence, yeah, just kind of goes down in the fog. There's a pond way down there, and then it cuts up the road. You can kind of see that tree line in the background there through the fog. That's about where it ends. So it's a decent area. I mean, we're not getting more than 2 cows. So, you know, just to start off with, I've never done my own livestock before. So I just kind of want to take it slow and see what we can do first. And then in terms of the fence running across this top line, those T-posts right there, that's the neighbor's electric fence. He's going to let us use that to, you know, enclose the rest of our area. So luckily, we only have to run fence up to the road and the corner over there. We don't really have to worry about this top side because he's just being super nice and letting us use it. We have fantastic neighbors out here. Great people. Couldn't ask for better ones. They're always willing to help you out, and you know, we return the favor too, but that's coming harder and harder to find nowadays. So I'm very grateful. I'm glad I put my Romeos in 4-wheel drive. This stuff's muddy. All right, and here we are at the corner of the fence line. There's the hoop house where the current project of microbial geothermal heating is taking place. We'll give updates on that later. It's doing pretty well, not gonna lie. Got a beehive there. We're just trying out with bees this year. We got a decent amount of honey. It was fantastic. So I'm hoping the hive is happy. It's gonna stay there. I love my pollinators. They did a great job with the garden this year and the rest of the crops. So I'm hoping we can get another box and keep the hive going. This is what is going to eventually be my pond. Yeah, there's no water in it right now. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do in terms of pond liner, dig it out more, or I don't know. Hope and pray. I mean, it started to fill when we got that atmospheric river running through. So that was, you know, beneficial. I know it'll hold water if we get enough. But yeah, I need something where it'll keep it in because it's leaking out through that far side over there. So another work in progress. Everything's a project, but I'm learning more and more that that's pretty much just farming. And yeah, that's it. That's kind of all I really got in terms of tour wise on this day. I can't really show you too much because there's just so much fog, but yeah, that's farming wise. We got cows, we got trees, we got crops, greenhouses for nursery starts. So I'm just, you know, hopefully not putting all my eggs in too many baskets at once, just trying to figure out, you know, what my lane is going to be and what I can do with the resources I've been provided. So that's all I really got for today. Hope you enjoyed the science experiment. Stay around for more shenanigans.